What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Walking Dead episode Us review. Which surprisingly, this is the 50th episode, I believe, The Walking Dead. Now, the 50th episode. Pretty much, a lot of things to say about the episode tonight. I guess started off with, Abraham's group, Glenn, and Tara, and Abraham's group pretty much walking along the tracks, and I guess Glenn sees one of the Maggie signs and starts running towards it now, thinking he could catch up. And they finally go back to Rick and Carl and Michonne, which hasn't been seen over 3 episodes. Pretty much Carl and Michonne, I guess they're trying to make Michonne like a big sister to Carl now, like a big sister, as they pretty much competing on the rails, who can stand on the longest, and Michonne pretty much giving some candy after that, as all 3 of them are still headed to Terminus also. So I guess that's they're trying to make Michonne's character at least a little bit more human-like. Daryl and I guess the other dude's name was Lynn, hunting rabbits, trying to claim on a rabbit. They don't know what to do, and they start arguing over it. And leader Joe pretty much said, "You gotta claim it. If you want something, you gotta claim it." And they pretty much cut the rabbit in half, and that was gonna be the end of it. And I guess pretty much as they was going, it's kind of like this: you steal, you kill, or if you steal or lie from the group, then you're gonna get your ass kicked in a way. Something's gonna happen to you. They pretty much stay at they found some railroad track house then, or car shop, and stay there. And it's pretty much going on. Kind of going back to Glenn and them, they pretty much decide to leave and find supplies, since some of Walker's pretty much fell from the roof, and I guess Tara kind of hurt her leg, but they pretty much went on without him and found this tunnel. I don't know why Glenn. The strange thing to me, why did Glenn take off his armor and give it to Eugene, I believe his name is? Why did he give up the armor? I don't know why he did that. But they pretty much went to the tunnel and they tried to get out until Tara got her leg stuck, and they didn't know they were gonna get out. And pretty much she told Glenn to leave, but Glenn wasn't gonna leave, so he tried to fight off all the walkers he could with a gun, pretty much shooting them all in the head. They were pretty much cornered until a whole bunch of gunfire just came out of nowhere, because it kind of went back to whatever Rosita, I believe her name is, and Eugene pretty much drove along the road, didn't know where they were going in the van, and pretty much stopped and saw somebody. And as all the gunfire came out, it looks like Maggie finally found Glenn. So Maggie, Sasha, Bob, and Abraham's group found Glenn. Tara took out all the walkers and pretty much came back together. And as for Daryl waking back up, Glenn complaining that Daryl stole his half of the rabbit, and they pretty much said, pour out the rabbit in. Joe said, if you lie, somebody's either lying or you planning the rabbit on them. So they pretty much, Daryl emptied the bag. Well, I guess Joe, emptied the bag, and pretty much Joe said, it looks like it is going to be one of 2 ways. So he pretty much punched Joe then. Punched Lynn. And he told Daryl he knew he did because he saw him put the rabbit inside a bag, tried to frame him and stuff and plant it. So they pretty much started beating the shit out of him then. They beat the hell out of him. And it could have stopped it sooner, but he'd rather see how this is going to go out. He brought on himself. And I guess when they about to leave, there's pretty much a lot of blood on the ground, and Lynn was pretty much got the shit beaten out of him and had a crossbow through the head, so they killed him then. But they just beat him up, but they killed him. And as I guess heading around the Terminus, they're looking for a man that strangled one of the people in their group. Now I know who these guys are. Let's go back to the episode where Rick was in that house and had to get out of there because those guys invaded it. And you remember that dude with the blue bandana? That was him, and the guy that was sitting in that chair. And I guess that dude Rick strangled inside the bathroom, that was one of their group. And I guess they're looking for a man, and it could be a Terminus, you don't know. So they pretty much killed him right there, and so I guess they're looking for Rick now. They're gonna kill him maybe. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll see about that. And then pretty much Glenn and them pretty much have to decide what was gonna happen, what they're gonna do about the group. They need to find supplies and a base if they're gonna head to Washington. All 8 of them could go, but them in that van won't have a chance, as whatever Eugene says, some type of statistical type of form how to get there and that. So I guess pretty much as the episode goes on, they pretty much Glenn and they find Terminus, which is this big building. And I don't really know a lot about this building, but it's very interesting, and I don't know what they plan to do with this, but we're gonna have to see what happens. As they made it to Terminus, it pretty much says you can walk in with ease and stuff, saying lay out your arms, it's a safe place, and they pretty much go to this woman. Her name is Mary, and they just go in and get some food, which I found it very odd. You can't trust. He said it wasn't unprotected, and I don't know what's much about Terminus and what I just saw in this episode of Us. But they pretty much walk in. There's a woman cooking food, and there's nobody guarding it, no type of security. It's just a gate there. You just walk through the gate, and you're in Terminus, which I found it very easily. I guess it's a safe place. I don't know what Terminus is. We're gonna have to find out next week in the season finale. So it was a lot of interesting things in this episode. It looks like half the group is getting together, and I see who's looking for who now. And I don't know what's gonna happen when they get to Terminus. It looks like there's a lot of things next week with Rick and them. Maybe those guys know who Rick is. Maybe that we don't know. They don't know. They just know somebody killed one of their men. But I don't know what's going to be for Daryl or the others, Rick, Carl, Michonne. But we'll have to see what happens in the next episode, season finale. Somebody could die in next week's episode. Other than that dude Lynn getting killed off, which pretty much was just an extra character. We don't know who's going to get killed in the episode next week. I don't know what it plans. So I guess the only way we're just going to have to find out. That's the only way we're going to know. So once again, you know, it's me, it's that HOOD coming here with the news and the reviews. You know what I am, you know what I do. I came here, you know what I said, and we are now done with this review of The Walking Dead. So get out of here and just take the bus. You are now done with this episode of Us, the 50th episode of The Walking Dead. So make sure you check out next week's season finale. I'm sure it's going to be big next week. So I just hope it's going to be big. Never know what's going to happen. So that's my review. I'll see you guys later. Peace.